Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. It is June 27, 2019, and the time is, 11:05 a.m. And yes, I'm in the shower. I want to get this down before I forget. Well, a phenomenon happened to me yesterday, and it's actually the second time that something like this happened. But what I want to say up front is possibly the explanation behind it, and then I'm going to give the event. So sometimes, like, our minds need to be occupied. It needs to be focused on something. And when it's not, it's going to reach out for the closest receptor, so the closest energy wave that's available. So like you put yourself in a deprivation tank. Deprivation tank, you're submerged in a salt water that allows you to be very buoyant. There's no light, no sound. Water's supposed to be body temperature, so you don't have the sensation of heat or cold. You're like neutral. So you're like, your whole being is like in a neutral zone. And what could happen? What could happen is that you start to relax and your consciousness or awareness goes to seek out something else, because now it's not sensing light, it's not sensing touch, it's not sensing any type of temperature, and you probably get into what they call an altered state, because your being is now shifting because there's a change in the environment. Again, the stimulus to your physical being is altered. Well, so your other awareness, so your body is an awareness, but if that's not being tapped into, you have other awareness systems out there that turn on. I think initially when you're in the deprivation tank, what could happen is fear. You start to be aware that you don't hear something, that you don't feel anything. So your body is trying to reach out for something that is familiar to it, familiar of touch, of sensation, because it's like your focal point. You're grounding. Like when you walk, you're walking on ground. What if you didn't feel what you're walking on when you're walking? You're like, whoa, am I falling down a pit or something? So you're going to initially be alarmed because your being has an expectancy, of some type of stimulus, but it's not there. But if you, I guess, train your mind enough to expect that you're not going to have these sensations, so your body is more prepared. And then you relax and you might have an altered state. So, what happened to me yesterday and some other time ago, and I think it was this year, I was watching videos and I had my air conditioning on because it is hot outside. I have the windows closed, so I need some ventilation, the air conditioner on. And I also had my air filter on that was behind me. And I had gotten up to close down my house, for the evening before I go to bed. This was maybe 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And when I got to the window, I forget now, was I still sitting down and just about to get up to go to the window, near the window to turn off the air conditioner? But I started noticing I heard sound. And I had turned off the computer, I turned off what I was watching. But I have this sensation that I'm hearing something, but not really know what it is. It sounded like it was getting louder and louder. I even remember me walking to the door to my apartment. I put my ear to it. I said, am I hearing, it's a sound coming from the neighbors or anyone? And I put my ear to the door. I mean, I didn't see anyone out there. And I didn't hear any sound from out there. It was quiet. And so I turned off the air conditioner. And I think I might have still heard it. But when I turned off the air filter, okay, it's a separate device, an air filter that was behind me, the sensation of sound was turned off. And what it sounded like was singing with music. It sounded like it was an upbeat, really, really fast pace. It sounds very modern, a modern piece. It reminded me of music from the 1990s or early, the early part of the millennium. You know, that time period. It's like we call it alternative rock, something like that. It sounds like a man's voice, youngish, maybe 30 something, 30s, 40s, very upbeat. And I said, am I hearing what I'm hearing? It was hard to distinguish words, but you get the impression that it's English. My understanding that it was English being spoken, modern type of music, solo, but it was very rich. Maybe they had a lot of like a chorus behind them singing, backup singing, where they're all singing in unison, that type of thing. But you hear the lead singer's voice. That's what it kind of reminded me of. A male's voice, Caucasian, that type of sound. But when I turned off the air filter, then it went off. I did not hear it anymore. And I stood there quiet, said, okay, now what sensation am I getting? What audio am I getting? And it was off. I did not hear it afterwards. But this is weird. Now, phenomenon like this happened a couple of months ago. I believe the time that this happened was when I was doing a detox from my computer, social media, uploading videos. I said, I'm on this thing so often. Let me just take a breather. And I think that first night, I turned off, I think my router, everything. And I could have turned off the electricity to my apartment, but just had my telephone able to ring and the refrigerator. Okay, I think that's what I might have done. I know I have done that at one particular time, but I don't know whether I don't remember if I did them both simultaneously. So the main focus was I wanted to turn off everything, and I wanted to be able to sleep soundly. So, but my body, I'm so used to having something on. I have to be honest, yes. I always, it seems like now I have to have something playing in the background. In the old days, when I was just growing up, it was the radio. I had the radio on when I went to sleep, and it just served as background noise, like white noise, as they call it, just sound, just so that you want to feel that that there's something going on. You don't want complete silence sometimes. So how I used to use the radio, now I'm using my computer to play videos, something, so I can hear sound going on. So this particular day, again, it was evening. I climbed into bed and I had my filter, my air filter in the room with me. Now my room, it just seemed extremely quiet outside of the air filter. And then all of a sudden I started to hear what sounded like singing. Music was music. And I got scared. It was weird. As if, it just like, because the room was so still and quiet. But after a while, I started, what it sounded like I'm hearing something, hearing music. Again, it was lively, had a lot of energy behind it, picking up, and there was momentum. I said, I cannot believe I'm hearing what I think I'm hearing. But again, I don't think I got actual words. It's not like when I hear music, to be honest, when someone's singing, it's hard for me to really understand the words, what they're saying. So with me, when I listen to music, I just experience the music. I'm not trying to understand the words because it's always kind of hard for me to understand the lyrics, the sound. Even when I'm watching a movie, I more experience the sound and not really comprehend it. I mean, it is what it is. But when I really want to understand what they're saying, I just put it on replay and go back so I can really understand, hear the actual words what's being said and enriching my experience with what I'm watching and listening to. Okay, so this thing was happening. So this is just a phenomenon that I wanted to share with you. I almost forgot. Like I also think what's happening that and this is an experiment that you guys can try too, because I think it's the same principle happening. Because see, our brain is also a receptor. It could receive information and send out information. Okay, that's what I'm learning now with metaphysics and all that. And so, what other things that are able to pick up sound slash radio waves is what they call a stereo. I mean, a mic. What do you call it? What do you call it? Speakers, sound speakers. You have the speakers. You plug it in the wall, and then you can plug it into your computer, so you can hear extra sound, so it's louder or whatever, or maybe the quality is better rather than the small speakers that come with the device. So you want something bigger so you can hear the sound. If you walk away, you walk in another room, you can hear what's playing. So I have these speakers. They're old speakers. I got them. They're over 10 years old. They might be even over 15 years old. But they work. It's loud. You can hear everything. So one day, I had turned off my computer, my laptop computer that's on my table, but I forgot to turn off the speaker. Now the speaker is plugged into a wall, and then it has a cord that's actually connected to the computer, but the computer is not turned off. But I forgot to turn off the speakers. The speakers work independent of the computer. Okay, that's essential. But what started happening, I started to hear, and this was audible. You can hear the words. It was picking up radio waves. It was picking up some type of channel from the radio. Yeah, you can hear them talking and the commercials and all that. Yeah. So that's what I think what's happening with me. That again, the mind has to always occupy itself. I mean, turn off everything, or let's say, the room is quiet and you hear this white noise, whether it be a fan, air conditioner, or maybe even your refrigerator making noise. And your body's relaxed, and other than that, the room is quiet. you may start to experience sound. In my case, I'm hearing music. You know what else? I wonder whether this is also another type of phenomenon. I mean, not a phenomenon, but maybe similar principle what's going on. You ever play music, a nice song that you like, and you play it over and over again, you just love it. Or let's say you go to the movies, they have the soundtracks, the music that's accompanying the movie, and it's really nice beat and everything, and you play it several times, and you turn it off. And then throughout the day, you keep thinking about that music. And you can even, you don't actually hear it, but you're thinking about it. You can hear it in your mind, playing over and over and over again. The part that you like. It's usually like the chorus or something when it's really charged up and everything. And you say, wow, I think this is the same type of phenomenon. Maybe it's related to phenomenon. Hearing it. How could you hear something that's not there, that you're not hearing, but you're thinking about it? And this happens all the time when I'm hearing like a song that I hear from a movie, and you're really getting into it. And then throughout the whole day, you hear this thing playing over and over again in your head. Again, it's not really audible, but you hear it in your mind. Is this all related? Is this all related, even with that incident that happened to me a little over a year ago at the restaurant that happened in May 2018, in May, when it's something that I started hearing. And then it stopped. It maybe lasted 10 seconds, if even that. Is our mind, our brain, whatever, able, because see now, everybody's on the internet, everybody's on the computer, and all these waves now are being sent out. And if you're getting used to it, unless you're training your brain or your mind to relax and to receive waves / energy / frequency, you're going to pick it up. Isn't that what also happened with what they call the psychics? They're just able to pick up certain frequencies / energies / waves. I think it's all the same thing. Our bodies, we are just receptors, and we could also project energy or frequencies or waves or impulses. That's how you're able to even hear me, because I'm talking to this recorder. So this is what I want to share for today, and I hope you enjoy. And if anyone has experienced some of the things that I have discussed, please comment, put them in the comment section below of this video. Yes. And if you like this audio, please give me a thumbs up. Share this audio with friends or family members, people you think you might like, who would like this. And it's free to subscribe to Spirit Journey. And also, if you like this content, you may wish to donate to my PayPal Me account. You just go to my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the top right of the banner, you'll see a PayPal Me link. Just click on it and follow the prompts. And whatever what your heart desires for you to give, please give. And again, I thank you in advance for your blessings to me. Peace and love to you. And again, thank you for watching, or listening, I should say. Bye-bye.